I want to go to Israel now, and the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has entered its final 24 hours on current negotiations. No word yet, of course, on whether it will be extended. 40 Israeli hostages have been released so far, with plenty of emotional reunions. "200 hostages are still being held. They are innocents kept in a living hell." Gerald Steinberg, Professor of Politics at Ilan University, joins us again from Jerusalem. Thanks for joining us again, Professor. I want to get your thoughts on these reunions. It's so touching and heartening to see families reunited, but it must, in Israel especially, be so bittersweet because you worry about the hostages left behind, and you see the celebrations in the West Bank and other places where Palestinian terrorists are being welcomed in return.
Chris, these days have been very painful, not just bittersweet, but I think there's anguish, tormenting. It's not just the points that you raised, but also all these hostages saw their parents, some of them saw their siblings. They saw the torture, the brutality, which I won't repeat, but the inhuman behavior. And then they were taken, kidnapped, and sat in who knows where, underground, with Hamas terrorists next to them for, what was it, about 50 days, for 7 weeks. So every time we see a hostage that's released, we see a child reunited with what's left of his or her family, we also feel the pain. That child is never, ever going to be anywhere near normal. Those scenes that they witnessed are just unimaginable. But also, that's something that the entire Israeli public also feels.
Yeah, but also when you see these young children and these elderly women freed, it just, what sort of monsters would take these people hostage at gunpoint and, of course, as you say, put them through trauma? It just underscores the absolute monstrosity of what's occurred, and I just don't understand why every person, and certainly every world leader, is not calling for the immediate release of all hostages before they talk about anything else.
Well, there are some world leaders that are doing that. I think that American President Joe Biden is doing a pretty good job under the circumstances. It would be better if he was a little more straightforward, but he does call for the immediate release of the hostages, and he calls for the disarming, dismantling of the Hamas terror regime that controls Gaza. And that's pretty much the best that we see among the world leaders. We see
it's pretty sad state of affairs. Sorry to interrupt, Gerald. Pretty sad state of affairs when week-old Joe Biden is as strong as you get at the moment. But your assessment of what he's had to say is right. We are out of time, Gerald. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it. We'll speak again soon.